Bermuda Triangle.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining us for another week on the Bermuda Triangle. You got Rob, Kev, Jimmy, and our very special guest, Z. This week, we are here to talk about astral travel. So our resident expert, Z, is going to walk us through all the intricacies of that, and we are going to ask very intelligent questions in order to inform the entire world of our subscribers that are very interested in learning about this.
Z, it's good to have you on.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
So I'd love to get a little bit of background. Like, give us like the 30,000 foot overview, and then we'll just build on that.
Yeah, so you may or may not know it has been getting a lot of attention lately. Astral travel is a main focus in a current Netflix show called Behind Her Eyes that just came out a few months ago. And I think that's most people's first experience with the term astral travel. But essentially, it's when your consciousness or soul leaves your body, and you can basically travel to other places while your physical body is still wherever it's at. It usually happens when people are sleeping. There is a way to make it happen, like if you're a really good meditator, I guess, but I'd say the 9 out of 10 people, when they do it, it happens during sleep. So it's basically like an outer body experience where your consciousness leaves your body. And I have only experienced this in the past year, and I can go into that later, how it started and stuff, but I realize that it sounds like fucking nuts. Am I allowed to say fucking? Okay.
Oh, you can say
This might
whatever
be
you
the
want,
sanest
really.
fucking thing that we've actually spoken about, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Right now, Z, you sound smarter than all of us combined for the last 12 episodes.
Yeah, well, actually, it was you guys and Sam Harris that called me to be a podcast guest, and I went with you guys. So
I appreciate that. Yeah,
thank you so much. Yeah, no.
Well, we have a bigger following than Sam Harris. So
we have Z. I don't know if you know, we have 4.5 billion subscribers. So.
Wow.
Paying subscribers.
That's a big deal. Okay, yeah. Wait. So Z, can you tell the 4.5 bill how you started getting into this? Were you reading about it? Did you see something?
So ever since I was a kid, I had something called sleep paralysis, and I don't know if you guys have ever experienced it, where apparently we all have it, but we're sleeping, we don't realize it, but sometimes you can realize that your body is paralyzed, and it's a very medical, there's a medical term for it, but it's basically what we go through at a certain point of our REM cycle, and so we don't act out our dreams. We're paralyzed. But at certain times, you can be awake, but you realize you're paralyzed, and it's really scary. I mean, it's usually
it sounds horrifying.
It's a horrifying experience.
It's making me anxious.
And if you Google sleep paralysis, it's a very common phenomenon. A lot of people will at least experience it once or twice in their life, and I just have experienced it, I remember, since I was like 10, and just learning about that, Googling about that, kind of led me to astral travel. I remember knowing what the term was, but it wasn't until this year where it kind of just spontaneously happened. I had sleep paralysis, and see, this is where I start sounding like I'm like a crazy pot person.
No,
you sound very normal for what we're typically talking about. I wouldn't worry about that, seriously.
Okay, so what were you saying, C?
It starts with sleep paralysis, but then when you're aware that you're kind of in that state, you can kind of project out of your body, and it's something that happened to me spontaneously, but when it happens, you're like, what the fuck, you know? I will say it's very different than a dream. 100% different than a dream. But I'm not convinced, like maybe it's just this weird hallucinogen thing that people go through when we sleep. Like I'm not convinced that I'm actually traveling. Maybe it appears like I'm traveling, but it's 100 times realer than any dream that I've ever had.
So this came from like a session. Like you had some sleep paralysis, and it just like occurred naturally. Like as
Yeah,
a
it
way
was
to
an
cope
out
with
of body
it.
experience, the same way as, when people get into accidents and they have an out of body experience. And it's something that maybe it was all in my mind, but once it happens, you don't forget. I mean, it's just an experience that, I've never
Right.
had before, so it definitely was like life-changing. And then, when you Google about it, there's like all these other people that have had this experience. So also during sleep paralysis, what's really scary, it's also a common phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
You feel like an evil presence in your room.
Whoa.
Or like,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
yeah,
sign up for this.
there's actually artwork about this going back to like the Middle Ages. You'll see someone sleeping and there'll be like someone on their chest because it's again an
What?
experience that has been documented. Yes,
I gotta
since, like,
fucking sleep tonight.
yeah, it's really scary. But the key is if you get past that scariness, you can like have this amazing experience and like go to all
Control
these
it.
levels and like yeah. So that's the key. It's like to get rid of that fear.
So he's like a spiritual bridge troll of some sort, like, and if you pass
Yeah,
the bridge troll, then like you're just zooming around, you're zipping around.
that's a
Well,
great
it's
way
a
to
lot
put
like
it.
once you realize where you are, once you realize this is a dream, then you can kind of create. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It feels so real. Like the first time it happened, I was convinced I was walking around in my house, and I wasn't. I mean, I was in my bed.
But that was your goal, right? Like you went to, you that was your goal, is to pass like the shitty part
Yeah.
of.
So you were
Yeah.
consciously like, get past this? Man, that's
Yeah, and then you
hard.
hear there's this thing called the hypnagogic effect, which is like where you kind of like hallucinate different sounds. So I heard all these sounds. You hear like these people speaking. It's really trippy. It's very trippy.
Whoa.
I mean, yeah. And then you hear like random like static and like old radio, like old those old 20 radio shows where people are like, you know.
Whoa. This is like a
Whoa.
collective experience that people have like documented.
Yes. Yes. Well, the
Whoa.
hypnagogic state is a medical term for like a hallucinate, like when you kind of hallucinate right before you sleep. So that's totally what it could be, but it really feels like you're exiting your body. I mean,
Huh.
I can't describe it. It's like having an outer body experience, and when you have it, you're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I was out of my body.
How far out?
Maybe it was.
Wow.
Well, so the furthest I went to space. This is what-
Trust
um
me, this is still gonna be very
so
normal as compared to what we say. Don't worry.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
the more
Yeah.
I've been reading about it and trying to, they're like, have a goal, when a place where you want to go. The further away you can get from your body, the better chance you have of not getting like sucked back in. So you can like explore. So I went out my door one time, and I didn't have to open the door. I just walked through the
That was one
wall.
of my questions.
Um,
Okay.
and one time I was in space,
Yeah.
which was like amazing.
Wait, one time you
Like,
went to space?
yeah, I was just in space.
How do you get there?
Wait. Yeah, I was gonna say like these people are saying like, oh hey, the further you get, the better. But it sounds like in your
You just
story,
fly.
like the third time you were just like, yeah, I'm in space now.
It wasn't like, yeah, it was like the third time. It was pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like advanced though. That's very fucking impressive.
I think it's common though, because I think most people just want to go to, like who doesn't
Oh
in their
yeah.
dreams want to fly? So
Where in
it's kind
space?
of like,
Fly.
Did you pick
Yeah.
up like a
Yeah.
planet, or you were just amongst it all?
it was just like a star field, like just a bunch of stars.
That's a very good response.
Oh,
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
that's fucking.
Again,
That would be
is it a
very cool.
dream? Is it something weird? I don't know, but regardless, it's just
But it
something
feels
cool.
different than a dream, though,
It feels
right?
so different than a dream. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Wait, how many times have you done it? Do you think?
I would say 10 to 15.
Whoa, just in this past year?
Yeah, so it happens about, in the beginning it was happening a lot. I'm kind of disappointed because lately I haven't. It's been a while. Well, it's been like 3 weeks, so it's weird.
Maybe you do. Maybe
Yeah, maybe you do. But what do you do to, like, is there like steps that you take to like help increase the chances of potentially?
Yeah, so you go to bed and then you set your alarm for like 4 hours after you fall asleep.
Whoa.
You get up because you're just fucking with your like your sleep cycles basically. You get up for 5-10 minutes, go to the bathroom, and then you go back to bed, and then that's usually when I have my best luck. Some people can do it while they're falling asleep, but there's a there's this guy Michael Raduga, Raduga, and he has a lot of information, and his technique is doing it just setting your alarm for about 4 hours after you fall asleep. When it goes off, get up, do something, go to bed again, and then you should be in this like kind of altered state.
Interesting.
I feel like your husband deserves an award. He's just like trying to sleep, and there's like this alarm clock going off. I'm picturing like the old
Yeah.
ones, like.
Yeah, well,
Like those like big alarm clocks with the bell ringing.
yeah. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna astral travel again tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try."
Is it like Astral Travel Tuesdays or
that's-
something, or is there a day of the week that works better?
I don't know. I haven't tracked it that much. I do know, oddly, if you ever smoke weed, that you usually don't dream as well. So that can really impede your chances.
Oh,
Or
okay.
if you drink too heavily, if you've had too much wine and go to bed. So it usually works best like, clean, sober.
What about something like LSD?
Well,
Would that help? Would that be like, or something like more, or acid maybe?
Oh, I'm
or...
sure. I'm sure
Psychedelics.
I mean that then you don't need to go to sleep. You're just able to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's another
DMT
way
just.
of it happening.
Yeah, Rob. I just took a bunch of acid. I got to go to sleep.
Yeah. I mean that's not how
Time to start.
Yeah. Yeah. Rob just takes acid, LSD, and DMT at the same time. Here we go.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The most expensive sleep
Where are
ever.
you going?
And
Wait.
thank God for
So
the internet, because I would have thought I was like, hallucinating or something, but it's totally.
Right, yeah. One of the most interesting things about this is that there's like a common agreement of like what people
Yeah.
hear and things like that.
yeah, that's really
There's something to this.
And Netflix just did a whole show about it, so I feel like that, gives it more, kind of like it's a common phenomenon. Again, whether it's a weird dream, I don't know. I don't know if I have this consciousness that's actually leaving, but it is. I will say, it makes me not afraid to die.
Whoa.
Because I think there's a whole
Fuck.
other realm out there. And there's another book by Rob Monroe. He's dead now, and he started the Monroe Institute, which is all dedicated to just astral travel. And this guy was he was like a CEO of a mega corporation. He wasn't like this woohoo hippie guy. He was very much in the real world. And he had this happen, and he just wanted to study it. So he set up kind of more scientific studies. Not that they were peer reviewed or anything, but just kind of having like some sense of like studying it. And I don't know. So there's another side to the coin, and I think that's kind of the crazy part, because I don't think I would have believed that a few years ago. And
I mean, there's definitely something to it if it completely changes your theories on if there's something more to life than what we see.
Well, especially, I mean, I think anything significant when you don't fear death, that's a huge significant, that's, wow. But 10 to 15 times, that's fucking impressive. You talked about going to space. Is that like the best experience you've had going to space?
yeah, sometimes you can I've had a few cool experiences with like other people. Like it was right outside my door.
Whoa, why were they
And that's
there?
kind of interesting because you're like interacting with people.
Like interacting with, did you know them, or were they strangers? Could they
There
have
are
been
other
astral travelers?
people traveling astrally. It's
That's crazy. So
Did
it's
you
kind of like it's like when you're playing a multiplayer video game and you're like hanging out with them in a virtual video game universe, but this is like in the astral planes.
Kevin,
Yeah.
it's WeWorld.
Did you ever
Yeah, we were.
look them up on
We were.
LinkedIn or something after? Like, are they real people?
I never
You can't
got
tell who it is though.
names really. Yeah, I don't think I got names.
Okay.
Did you just I just love the idea of like like you said, you like flew to space. It would be such a disappointment if you couldn't actually fly there. You actually had to like get in the car, drive, yeah, take a bus to NASA, and just like, fuck.
Security at LAX. Yeah, you're wearing a mask.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. Oh my, yeah. I went to space. Fucking took me for fucking ever, but I fucking and it was incredible.
You have to train to be an astronaut.
Yeah, you have to pass like the gravity test or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I mean, there's no sort of like time thing, right? Where like, oh, time is different in the astral world, right? I mean, you can just...
It's got to feel different.
They say it is, but I don't know. I didn't really feel... Like, for me, all my experiences have felt like 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops. Like, nothing that long.
Oh,
that's really quick. I mean, is it slower? Like, you're able to have these profound experiences, and although they're short, like, they're very fluid, and like it's just like you're having these very deep conversations in a very truncated period of time, and then like you exit that point, or it's just I don't know if I'm saying this right, but like that feels really short to me.
I think they're so intense. Like if you knew you were laying in bed, but your mind was somewhere else.
God, yeah.
It's I guess even though they're short, they're just so intense, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God. Yeah.
So do you think, because you say you're meeting like other people doing it on the plane, do you think there's a world where we could try to do it together and like travel together?
Supposedly there is.
What? Like you could like send someone have a calendar invite and he can come meet you?
Yeah. There's actually on Reddit, there's this group, and again, I think this is where it gets a little, I'm not putting much credence into this group, but it's called Astral something, and basically they give these like coordinates and people meet up.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
Oh, it's crazy, and like I don't know. I think a lot of it is a little hokey. I think a lot of people are liars on that Reddit thing, but you know they try to like go into the CIA bill. CIA has done. You can read a CIA report on astral traveling because they've studied this.
No way. Wait, what came? Wait, Z. What came out of the report?
It's real.
Yeah. Can you imagine Z's doors kicked in? She's taken away, and just no.
No, they released it. It used to be classified, and now it's. And I don't think probably much didn't come out of it, but they definitely investigated it to see if it could help them. You know.
Yeah. No. Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
If you type in CIA astral travel documents, there's a whole thing that they've declassified.
Dude, that's way cheaper than drones and like assassins and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's like basically human superpower, is what it is.
Yeah, but how would the CIA weaponize that, though?
They would astral travel into someone. Then just, instead of killing Osama bin Laden, you just astral travel into him and just walk him into the water and call it a day.
Is that a thing that's possible, Z? Is that like in the stuff that you've read? Can you astral travel into another person's body?
Well, that's what happened in that spoiler alert for the Netflix show, and I was like, no, that's just totally made up. But then I got to a part of the book that Kevin actually gave me, and there's a whole chapter on it. Again, I don't know if I believe that. That just seems too crazy.
It's fun to talk about, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
but then again, I wouldn't believe the whole part about astral traveling to space, and I'm 100% certain it happened. So who knows? Maybe it does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Like when you open this door, like it's hard to close any others. Yeah. Like the implications for something like this are huge. Yeah. Wow. The CIA taking out Bin Laden through astral traveling. That would be. Yeah, like astral police, dude. That would be a job. Fucking sign.
They'd have fucking tight uniform.
That's what the Reddit group is called. It's called Astral Police.
Shit.
Sign Jimmy up.
Yeah. You guys find out that I'm the one who fucking made the Facebook.
Are they hiring?
No, but it's interesting though. Like I've always thought to myself when I'm going to sleep. This is when I would like think about. I lucid dreamt once, and it did not go great.
Go on.
But like I always thought to myself like, oh man, it would be so cool to like meet up with friends in dream world, right? But like hearing about this and you astral traveling and meeting up with other travelers, like you didn't know, but still. I don't know. I mean, that would be unreal if we could be like, hey guys, meet at the taco truck on Normandy and Venice, and we're gonna fucking
Have tacos.
hang out.
Yeah, I mean, if you can astral travel with friends, that sounds so fun. It's worth trying.
I love how
Or you can also like pull someone out of their body to help them, like if they can't get out of their body.
Oh,
Whoa.
like I would go to Kevin's house and
Yeah.
be like, Kevin, come on,
wake up,
Kevin!
Kev, wake up.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you interact with things, Z? Or is it just very fluid and you're going through things and like
Yeah, you can definitely interact with things. It's just, I feel like every time I do it, I get more and more control, but it's still so random, you know? I've learned how to see better because at first everything's kind of, your vision is not the
like
same.
fuzzy?
Yeah. But yeah, it's so hard to control. The biggest thing I've learned is not to fear, to go with, literally just go with your, just when you feel everything happening, just to kind of relax. And that's the easiest way to get out of your body. And in the beginning, I felt like being pulled out of my body and I was stuck to my real body. So I had to like try so hard to get out. Now I can just like roll out. It's really crazy. It's insane.
Wow.
Do you levitate
Again,
out,
I
or,
roll-
or do you like roll out of bed?
It's more like you just levitate out. You can roll out of bed too, though. I mean, but in the beginning, it's the hardest. It's like you can get half out. Like that's how usually people start. They get like one leg out, but then they get sucked back in. So,
but yeah, you're consistently waking up in your bed though, like, and you see your body. It's not like all of a sudden you're in a different place. Like, are you consistently waking up and acknowledging, fuck, all right, here
In a
we go.
Denny's parking lot? Or
yeah,
something?
like I know it's about to happen, and then I'm just like, okay, just relax, and then I do it, and then I just try to run away from my body so I don't get sucked in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because the body. Okay. Wow. Fuck.
So does this happen by accident when you're like just going to sleep? Like, are you like, oh shit, I'm astral traveling? Or is it more like you have to really get in that mindset?
Well, like I said, it's when I set the alarm and then go back to
right.
bed, and then like you're just for me, you're just into like a weird, this half awake, half dream state because your sleep cycle is so interrupted. It happens a lot to people with newborns because they're up constantly and their sleep is all fucked up.
Ooh,
So that's where a lot
Rob's
of
got a
people
chance.
first experience it because they're just in this kind of zombie state anyways.
I'll see you on the plane, August. I think I'll meet you in space, Z. Jimmy, I'm not going to go to a taco truck in Venice because I'm not going to waste my time going to a place I can go to in the real world.
That would no. I was saying that as a place to meet up. It can't just be like, hey, meet me at Vector 9 above the Earth's orbit. Like it's just like, hey guys, meet at the taco truck, have some food, and then we'll fucking beam up. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I thought you just want to hang out with
Z,
people at the
when you-
taco truck.
I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad. Like, if we do it consistently, it'll be like, hey guys,
Yeah.
want to mix it up and just chill? Like, I'm kind of a homebody tonight. Let's chill. Homebody, baby.
Astral traveling, Jimmy's like, oh my god, that carne asada looks so good.
Well,
I gotta get back in my body and try it.
No, but imagine that. Imagine this. What if you could eat? Like, if you could eat when you're astral traveling, and then you're just like, hey, like, you're not going to gain any weight. So if you want to, like, have a cheat meal or go crazy, eat some junk food, astral travel, get some food, and then, I mean, my astral body would be fucking huge.
I feel like it's such a waste. Like you've just wasted this beautiful sort of gift.
I'm not saying all the time. I'm saying, hey guys, before we go to Mars, can we pick up some Al Pastor? That's all I'm saying.
Everybody's got these beautiful floaty astral travel souls, and you're just fat, and you like we have to help you.
Yeah, most people
just-
like try to use this to get, more enlightened or, get in touch with your higher self. And Jimmy's all about like, I would just eat tacos.
Yeah. Is there a way I could just eat Carl's Jr. all night?
Yeah, because one near my house closes at 10, and
This reminds me of like the movie theater thing. Like, what are you gonna do after quarantine? I'm gonna go to a movie theater by myself.
yeah.
Yeah, that was Jimmy's answer after
Guys,
quarantine's done. He would go to a movie theater by himself.
I'm a simple man. With my dad, go with my dad. I'd bring my dad with me. See, it's funny when you were talking about like parents like have the bigger opportunity because babies are always up. For some reason, my mind was going, "Oh, newborns have a higher like proclivity to astral travel." Wait, is that a thing?
That's it. I guess, who knows really, right? But they say children.
Right.
I can see because children are more open to these experiences because they're so
Yeah.
unjaded. So it makes sense. Again,
Imaginative.
you know.
And that could be where they're coming from, like from that plane.
That would be wild.
I would love, Rob, say you have you have your baby on the end of July, and then you start getting really into astral traveling, and you accidentally astral travel into your baby's body, and your baby goes into your body.
I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Talk about.
I mean, I don't think people would notice a difference with Rob. Like, oh, classic Rob. It's just like, okay, buddy.
Typical Rob. No, but like,
Meanwhile, his
go on.
6-month-old son's doing everyone's taxes.
Dude, I don't know shit about taxes. I know I said that like once before, but like I could raise him some money. I could do that at daycare or something, but
Yeah. Hey, where are you getting your taxes done? This fucking baby, he does my taxes. He's great. He got me a $2 million refund. Okay.
I mean, a 2.5% 30-year mortgage, fixed rate.
Is there any sort of information out there where you can die? As like say like one of the astral guards like threw a ninja star at your astral self. Does that affect anything?
Supposedly your physical body will always be safe. It just could like, I guess, mentally like mess you up. Like someone said he was like attacked and by demons and stuff. But again, how much of that is a nightmare? How much of that is true? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
So it may mess you up a little bit, psychologically, but I think physically you'll always be safe.
Yeah.
There's this also thing called the Akashic Records that people go to, which is just like a big downloadable source of all the information that has ever been and that there ever will be. It's like this just source of knowledge, and if you go there, you can just like, I don't know what the fuck happens there, but that's supposedly.
Whoa.
You can just like download any sort of information and maybe like I don't know, go to different. Is there any sort of like time travel element here? Can you technically go anywhere?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I think
That
I feel like there's got to be a lot of controls in place. Like, how do you let certain people do things? Because there's got to be bad actors, right? Like, there's always a bad actor. So what mechanisms
I think
are in
on
place?
low levels where those evil like scary beings are, but then the higher your frequency, they're supposedly different like realms, and the higher your frequency, until the very high ones are like when you're enlightened and blah blah blah.
It's like karate.
But
You get a different belt.
the low levels are where like the scary stuff are, and then the next level is like very much like this world, like kind of like where I was walking around my neighborhood. See, like it looked very similar,
Damn.
Yeah, you can go to places that are familiar, but then you can also go to space.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah. So
could you like go to like, could I go to Jimmy's house and watch him sleep?
What?
Which I normally do in the human form, but it would be easier to do it in the astral form.
Yeah. Wow. Kevin,
Yeah.
with the lighting and everything, like I'm like, damn, that was a creepy little moment. Just you didn't even.
I know
smile.
Yeah, I know my light died.
Wait, but Z, that's a thing. He could just come watch me sleep.
I guess if you're really
Creepy.
good at it, like again, it's all about control.
Oh, Kevin's good at it.
it.
Because that would to me would be an amazing thing to be able to do, is just cruise in,
Dude.
astral travel to gyms, and I'm like, oh, you watching you're watching a Frank Grillo film again, of course.
But then, like, what are the
And it's
ethics
3 a.m.
behind that,
Yeah, the ethics
Yeah.
behind that. Yeah. Kevin's just gonna, because especially unless Kevin's really good and he can just fucking meditate in the middle of the day and then come like hang out with us. And there's no interacting, right? That's my thing. Like, I wouldn't really necessarily want to go astral travel to go see friends because I couldn't even interact with them.
No, yeah, it's not like you're a ghost.
So
It's kind of just
yeah.
yeah. It's weird. It's like we all dream And sometimes you can control it. It's just, but a lot more times than not, it's just very random. Like it's kind of, it feels, in that way, it's
This
very
seems more
similar.
focused, right? But I feel like this seems more focused in what you can choose to do something, right? Like, I can choose to go to space. I can choose to go here, and it's an out-of-body experience.
Right. But it's still very much fuzzy, and, you know, it's not as easy as just going to, like, the supermarket, you know?
The way Kev brought this up, it sounded like you had just like done like some reading about it. I had no idea you actually had fucking done it.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, even better and even more fucking fascinating because it gives you actual like actual details to it, which really informs us. Fuck. I mean, now I just want to fucking try it.
Dude, part of me is like, I was literally just gonna say that, Jimmy. I was like, I just can't fucking wait until like Jimmy's roommate's like, you're not gonna believe what Jimmy did the other night. He's like gonna get out of bed normally. He's gonna walk out of his home normally, and then he's gonna run down the street like trying. Like a normal person, and like he's gonna be like, I astral travel. It's like, no, you did not.
Yeah, no, you definitely
just gonna come back with like a ton of like street burn, like his whole stomach.
In El Pastor.
I love fat astral Jimmy though. Like I just love everyone else is like a floating sheet in the wind, and you're just like,
guys, wait up,
having a real tough time leaving the ground.
I can just see him. He's like trying to like get up and go towards space, but he's just too fat. He's just getting weighed down.
Yeah.
You just like walk back into your body. Like,
yeah,
you guys soul's got to go on a diet.
You guys would ditch me so fucking fast.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like fuck, what a bummer. No, but like going back, like I remember I was telling Baby Bev Verino, like you said, like the idea of not fearing death, like the implications of something like this are so huge because it like really informs the mind of the soul, of like your soul, this out of body experience and having an actual soul. Like there's something more there. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, there's just something. There's another side of the coin, you know, and I'd say for a long time I was an agnostic of the type that was like, there's nothing out there, we just die. But now I'm more of the type like, there's definitely something, I think. And
there's good and evil.
Spirituality.
Right. There's like a dichotomy of sorts. There's like a dip, like there's good and bad.
I feel like it's all good. I feel like we're all at our core.
Maybe that's what like heaven is. You're getting like a glimpse into heaven.
Or, you know, it's not. It's just we're more than our bodies. I'm convinced we're more than our shells.
Yes.
Like, we are bigger than these bodies we walk around in, you know?
Yeah, no matter, right now we don't have anything as far as informing of a destination of sorts, but bigger than our bodies. Yeah, fuck.
But does it get crowded?
I fucking love it.
Does it get crowded at any point? Like, what if too many people astral travel? Like, is there an astral fire marshal who's like, guys?
Room capacity, 252. Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, I would hate that. There's like an astral hall monitor. Actually, only four astralites are allowed here. Astralites, I don't know if that's a fucking thing. But I mean, like, I don't think it would matter if a fire marshal showed up. He'd be like, dude, we're not gonna get hurt. So fuck off. Who cares?
Yeah.
I hate to be mean to you, but
That'd be devastating. Emotionally, the guy can't get a break. He's probably got a shitty life in like the real world, and he goes to like astral travel and he's still getting picked on.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of asking for it. It's like, hey, man, like you were giving me shit for going to a taco truck. It's like, yo, man, you're going through all this to like astral travel and then become a fucking little shit. Yeah, just become a narc.
Get lost, get lost, get lost, get lost, get lost in the Bermuda Triangle.